Okay, Craig Bellamy has quit as Cardiff City academy coach. This is following the bullying allegations made in the Daily Mail. Oh God, yes, that newspaper. Other newspapers now picked it up today. Yesterday's paper had it on the back page, an article on the back page, which continues inside, and it's basically a shitty character assassination of Craig Bellamy. There's no interview with Craig Bellamy in there. It's the interview with Alfie Madden's parents, David Madden, ex Crystal Palace player. In today's Daily Mail, I don't know why my family keep buying this rag. I mean, I only read the sports section. Again, they're not. They haven't spoken to Bellamy and asked for an interview and a response. They just go after him again. It's shitty journalism. Personally, I used to like the Mail sports section. It was one of the few bits of the newspaper that wasn't a xenophobic piece of shit. Unfortunately, they've decided to go down the same route of the rest of the newspaper and just smear people. It's a disgusting rag. Unfortunately, it has a very good sports section, which it's been ruined now. It's not the first time I've queried some of their reporting. However, these allegations date back 2 years. Why is it taking until 2019 for Cardiff to investigate them? That's the first concern. It doesn't matter that it's allegations, because Bellamy could be exonerated. Although looking at the reporting that not only the Daily Mail but other news outlets have given it, I think he's done as a coach for now. I think this is a stain on his coaching resume, which will go with the many stains on his playing resume, because he had a lot of red cards. The golf club incident at Liverpool, some of the incidents as a player on and off the field won't go in his favour. They'll look at his track record. But why has it taken Cardiff 2 years to investigate these claims that date back? What I'm seeing here, regardless of the reporting, is a parallel with the Mark Sampson Eni Aluko scandal from 2017 in September, where allegations were raised or concerns were raised by players or coaches about a problem, and they weren't taken seriously at the time, because even though the newspaper yesterday, the rag yesterday, said that there was a meeting in 2017 between Bellamy, the academy director, and the players' parents, and David Madden was in the room. They didn't investigate Bellamy then. They didn't have a look at what was going on. The bullying is a nasty thing. It happens. I've known of people who have taken their lives. I remember at school there was a kid who attempted to take his life when I was at school, and I didn't get it easy at school, but there was a kid who tried to end his own life at the age of 13, 14 years old. Now, Alfie Madden at the time was 17. A little bit older. But bullying shouldn't be taken lightly. And what I've seen on Twitter is pretty disgusting, both with the vile vitriol aimed at Bellamy and Cardiff City, and some of the scummy attacks on the young player and the young player's family. The concern that I have is, A, this was brought to the attention of Cardiff back in 2017, and B, it wasn't actually raised by the young lad himself or one of his teammates or one of the other coaches. It was raised by the family he was lodging with, his billet family, as it would be known in sport. His landlady basically phoned his parents and raised the alarm. That is a failure on Cardiff's part. If there is something with mental health or physical health or well-being with anyone who is employed by it doesn't matter if it's a sports team or within a professional environment in business, mental health shouldn't be taken lightly. There was a noticeable change in according to the Daily Mail. This is according to one outlet on the media, but the fact that it's agreed that the billet family raised the alarm, not the club or someone within the club, is a concern. The young lad's family is the other side of the country. That is a concern, and that's an issue with the youth system of sport across the world. This is not just a football-related issue. We've seen this in Canadian ice hockey, in the OHL, concerns about bullying of young players. And if you are an NHL fan, you know about Carasillo coming out with his tale of bullying and what happened at Sarnia. This is not a new thing. There is a concern about, should these young kids be away from their families and put with random people they don't know, the Billet family. They don't know these people. They're not related to them. So there is that concern as well. So it's not a new issue. But the way that the media have gone after Craig Bellamy, it's made his position very, very difficult to. It's almost untenable. So he's quit, which doesn't make him look good. It makes him look more guilty than he possibly could be. But with Craig Bellamy's record, he probably has overstepped a mark. But the fact it's taken Cardiff 2 years to actually investigate these claims is pretty poor on their part as well. It doesn't matter if Bellamy's found guilty or innocent. The fact that Cardiff have failed to act on any allegation for 2 years is piss poor, and it doesn't make the club look good. A club that at senior level is struggling, and there have been concerns raised by Cardiff fans that their academy isn't good enough, and this is another negative story to come out about their academy. How many other players felt they were bullied? That's the thing. Is this an isolated one player who felt singled out, or is there a wider problem within the Cardiff City Academy at the various youth levels? That's something else to consider. The fact that Alfie Madden is now playing in the US and is continuing his career abroad sums up the situation. It wasn't because he wasn't good enough, clearly, because he's carrying on at I would say a roughly similar level abroad. And the US college system is actually a very well-funded system. So while the level of player may not be great, it's a very competitive level for youth players, and it links into the MLS, which may not be the most competitive league in the world and may not be the best league in the world, but he's still playing, and that's Cardiff's loss and the US college system's gain. But there are questions being raised about youth level sport, not just in this country but across the world, and how we develop youngsters, treat youngsters, and the protocols in place to protect them. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Craig Bellamy has stood down. There's a whole range of issues, but I think the Daily Mail and other news outlets reporting has been shameful and poor because it's unbalanced and it's vile vitriol coming out of this rag. But if you do read it and you do read the sport, I read the sports sections of any newspaper. I'll read the Telegraph, I'll read the Independent, I'll read the Evening Standard. I don't care what newspaper it is, local or national, I'll read the sports sections. Looking at the results pages, looking at some of the articles, the transfer rumours. I will read any media outlet, but when a media outlet deliberately, without justification, without all the full facts, smears someone like that, regardless if you like them or not, that leads to the online hate. And the online hate, has led to people taking their own lives. So this is a bigger issue than just Craig Bellamy being an arsehole, which he is. Let's not deny that. He is a prick. But at the same time, he's been hounded out of a job by the media. So there we go. The media claim another managerial scalp at any level. They're good at that. They don't care. Yet the media complain about managers being fired too soon. Well, whatever you think of Craig Bellamy, he's been forced out of a job because of the media. And they haven't got all their facts in front of them, because Cardiff City, yes, are investigating this, and then you have to be, when there's an internal investigation or even a public investigation through the governing body, the FA, the media have to be very, very careful how they report it. But the Daily Mail doesn't care. They want to do this to sell their rag. And unfortunately, people keep buying into the media by reading this crap. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. A bit of a rant, but there you go. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Place your thoughts on Craig Bellamy and the bullying allegations against him. But I have to admit, the way the Daily Mail, amongst others, has reported it has been pretty shitty, to be honest. They spent 2 days trying to dismantle Bellamy's character, and we know Bellamy's a flawed character. Let's not kid ourselves. The way they've just gone after him personally, without really hearing his side of the tale. The fact that Cardiff waited 2 years to investigate, and the fact that, their player welfare concerns, bells are ringing. Not just at Cardiff, but nationwide and worldwide. Yeah, there's a lot of issues to this story. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, place your comments below, and I'll have some more videos for you soon.